here in the forest can be very, very shy, and they blend in very well with their natural surroundings. So don't get too discouraged if we don't get a chance to see too much activity here in the forest. We're not going to spend all that much time there. Now, like I said, as I enter into the reserve, I'm going to go ahead and call the Air Patrol Guard just to give them a heads up that we are going to be entering into the reserve at this time. Alright, let's go ahead and start our 2-week journey. We're going to go ahead and call the Air Patrol Guard. Air Patrol from Simba 1, do you copy?
Simba 1, this is Warden Wilson Mutua. Over.
Hey, Jumbo Wilson, this is Simba 1. We're coming into the Little Tory Forest right now.
I'm Jumbo, Simba 1. Keep your eyes open and drive carefully. You should see lots of animals.
All right, copy that, Wilson. That looks over to the right-hand side out in the distance a little bit is the okapi. It's a very shy animal. In fact, so shy that the Western world hadn't even discovered him until around 1901. You'll see some white stripes on the okapi's legs, and it almost makes it look like it's part of the zebra family, but the only known relative to the okapi is actually the giraffe. Now, over here to the left is the bongo. These are otherwise known as the ghosts of the forests. These are very shy animals. Very cool that we're getting a chance to see them so close right now. Take a look at the horns on that animal. They're actually tilted backwards, and that's to make it easier for them to go running through the taller bushes where they live. Now, coming up on the right-hand side of the vehicle, on top of the hilltop, are the greater kudu, the second largest antelope here in Africa. Now, these guys weigh almost 800 pounds each. And even though they're so large, they blend in so well with their natural surroundings that we don't get a chance to see them out in the open all that often. To the left, though, is a rather large, unmistakable animal lying down by that fallen tree limb. It's a black rhinoceros, and all those vultures kind of standing around him. Those animals weigh almost 3,000 pounds each, and they can charge at over 35 miles an hour. Now, they may seem like they're totally indestructible, but they have been hit so hard by poachers over the years. There's only an estimated 3,600 left in the world today. Now, we're going to continue our journey just a little deeper into the Tory Forest, and we're actually going to exit make our way up towards the top of the river. Out there to the left, standing out back there, it's a little tough to see, but there's the tallest stork in Africa. It's the saddle-billed stork with those black wings. Those storks can stand at heights of around 5 feet and have a wingspan that's around 9 to 10 feet long. Now we're going to see the hippos up at the top of the river, and first these hippopotamus weighs around 55 pounds. When a fully grown adult male can actually tip the scale at over 5,000 pounds. Now most of the hippos like to hang out on the left, but if you can't see any of them, no worries. Just a few down there. They spend most of their day in the river, and that is to prevent their larger bodies from becoming overheated. Don't forget, guys, stay fully seated fully at all times, please. Now, these animals stay submerged for about 5 to 8 minutes at a time before coming up for any air, and they're also nocturnal, which means, of course, they'll come out at night to keep most of their feeding. Hippos eat upwards of 150 pounds every day. Now, we're going to see a bunch more hippos up here to the left by this island. Very social animals. They spend a lot of time resting up against one another. Now, some of the larger birds that we're seeing are also the pink-backed pelicans. These are very intelligent birds. They'll actually hunt together in groups. Herding all the fish into the shallower waters makes it easier for them to hunt. Now, as we drive down the top of the river, we're going to cross a very old bridge. So definitely stay fully seated for me, because if you look down to the left of the bridge and possibly down to the right, you'll see some Nile crocodile. Now, these crocodile are much larger and much more aggressive than the American alligator. In fact, those jaws of theirs are powerful enough to crush the bone of their prey with just one bite.
Simba 1, come in.
Hey, go ahead, Wilson. This is Simba 1.
Just wanted to let you know that my ground control has seen a lot of elephant activities in the red places. You definitely want to check out that area.
All right, copy that, Wilson. We're going to check that area out for just a little while. Right here are the Serengeti grasslands. And these grasslands extend for hundreds of miles across the Africa. And they are the superhighway for millions of migrating animals every year. And it's also home to some of the more well-known animals, especially the elephants and the giraffes. This is a part of the wild Africa that we are trying so hard to preserve. Once we get to the bottom of the hill here, if you guys look out to the right off in the distance, you're going to see a giraffe. There she is walking around. There's a baby giraffe over there. Those, of course, are the tallest animals on Earth. They stand at around 18 to 20 feet tall when they're fully grown males. Females are a little shorter, at 14 to 16 feet. And even at birth, the baby giraffe can already be born standing at around 5 to 6 feet tall. There's some more giraffe activity going on up here. Now we're making our way towards them. Don't forget, parents lap sitting is perfectly fine, but they have to stay fully seated, please. To the left there, guys, is the largest antelope in Africa. That's the Patterson's eland. Those antelopes can stand at around 6 feet at their shoulders and weigh almost 2,000 pounds each. Now, coming up on the right-hand side, there's a little tiny animal with a white belly and a black stripe, and that's the Thompson's gazelle, what we often refer to just simply as Tommies. Yeah, Tommies look like babies, but they're not. They're fully grown, mature adults, only weighing around 60 pounds each. Another reticulated giraffe out here, standing amongst these taller cone formations. There's a termite mound that we're seeing. They're a mixture of the termite saliva and the dirt. Out there to the left are the Ankoli cattle with those tremendously large horns on their head. Those cattle's horns can grow to lengths of over 6 feet and be almost 20 inches in diameter. A few more of those Tommies down there to the left. Those animals are one of the fastest animals on Earth. Tommies can run over 50 miles an hour. We're going to keep coming all the way around the grasslands. We'll see what's going on up ahead. Now, the reticulated giraffe gets its name from the Latin word reticulata, which means neck, referring to the heading pattern that we find there all over its body. Now, off in the distance, we're going to see some white-bearded wildebeest. They're kind of grazing around the grass up there. Those wildebeest are part of the largest migration on Earth of any other animal. They migrate every year with about 1.5 billion other wildebeest at a time right across the plains here of Africa. Beyond the wildebeest is the baobab tree. They're kind of growing up over that way. Those are often referred to as the upside-down tree because those branches on top kind of make it look like their roots are exposed. Those trees can live to be over 1,000 years old, and they go leafless for almost 9 months out of the year, and that is to survive long periods of drought that are very common here in Africa. So you're driving up a little further, we're going to make our way into elephant turf, hoping to get a chance to see one of Earth's largest animals. Hey, we're at Monkey Point, heading into elephant country.
Keep your eyes open for me. We can't find the mother. I'm afraid fortune may be in the reserve.
All right, copy that, Wilson. We'll definitely keep an eye out for you. Of course, to the right there, guys, is an African elephant. We're going to make our way onto elephant turf. Hopefully, we'll get some really cool shots of the elephants. And take a look at the elephant's back here. You'll notice it's kind of dirty and discolored looking. And that's because the elephants oftentimes will take the dirt and the mud. It's kind of demonstrated that there. They'll fling it onto their backs. They do that because they have very sensitive skin and they can get sunburned. Look to the left quickly. You'll see some mandrill monkeys hiding out in the rocks down there, the largest monkeys in Africa. And they weigh around 100 pounds each with that very colorful blue face of theirs. I'll try picking up one of our local Harambe radio stations. See if we can get some music.
Moja kwa moja kutoka kwetu mpaka kwenye now
so do me a favor and definitely stay seated for me and keep those fingers crossed. You don't go into this bridge anymore because you know how old it is, but unfortunately there's a bad outside here. Hold on guys, we're going to cross the bridge. Oh, hold on guys. Hold on everybody. Oh my God. Oh, sorry about that guys. Well, let's move to Matana, don't worry. We're going to way across. We're going to make our way on toward elephant country. And along the way we're going to pass those friendly places that Lucy mentioned earlier. Elephants actually come down here to eat this blood and get the precious minerals that are found within that are otherwise really carefully. There's an elephant out there to the left who's eating. Elephants spend almost 15 hours of their day eating, in which case they will consume between 300 to 600 pounds of food every day. They're right up a little further so you can get a better track of the elephants. Now, baby elephants will stay with their mothers for 13 to 15 years after birth, never wandering too far away from her. Now, here in Africa, both the male and the female elephants grow tusks, but unfortunately, that has taken a flying target for poaching over the years, even on reserve. This one, unfortunately, poaching still occurs. There are some elephants out in the distance there by that baobab tree. They're kind of far away, unfortunately. I think there was some just a little closer. Let's head up towards that baobab tree there. There's one standing on the way that's worried.
Just let you know your pig feet is more. Here's your pig feet.
Now, coming up on the left-hand side of the vehicle, you guys should recognize some of these larger birds. These are the greater flamingos, the lightest color of any flamingo species. And also to the right, you're going to see some sable antelopes that are standing up there. Those are younger sable antelopes. You can tell because they haven't quite grown their horns yet. Those are the white-bearded wildebeests right there. To the right, we're going to see them even better than we did earlier. Now, the pink coloring of a flamenco is a result of all of the shrimp and fish they eat in their diet, which contain a lot of vitamin A and carotene. Pink is not their natural color. It's actually gray. It takes about 2 years for them to get that pink plumage. Now, we're going to make our way into white rhino territory. Hopefully, the white rhino. The amazing thing about the white rhino is that over the years, this animal was poached so heavily it was actually almost considered to be extinct. But thanks to reserves, this one, anti-poaching laws, their numbers are once again at sustainable levels. I don't see any out here, but there's definitely some down there. Over there to the right, it's the largest egg on Earth. This is the ostrich egg, a little closer to the road. Those eggs will weigh around 3 pounds each. Now, the ostrich may be a flightless bird. They can still run over 40 miles an hour.
I see you on the junction. I suggest you go west. It will be worth it.
All right, copy that, Wilson. Hold on, guys. Let's head up. We're going to see what's going on up ahead. And as you kind of tough to see, but look out to the left there, guys. There's some cheetahs over there. They're underneath the trees, so they're pushed back a little further. Those are the fastest animals on Earth. Cheetahs run between 60 and 70 miles an hour, but like most other large African cats, they do remain fairly inactive during the day. However, they do most of their hunting during the day, and that is because they rely more so on their sight than they do on their sense of smell. Here's one of Africa's largest cats up here. It's the king of the jungle to the left-hand side of the vehicle. You're going to see him kind of poking up there. It's the male African lion. Now, these lions spend most of their time sleeping during the day. They spend almost 21 hours out of the day resting. Here's the female lion. Look over your shoulder. You're going to see her face poking out there behind the rocks.
Oh, there she is
on the rock. Now, she's actually the one that does most of the hunting for the prize, not the male lion. Good job. However, the male lion does get to eat first when she brings food back to the prize.
There we go.
Those white rhinos are tucked behind those bushes. We should see them again in just a few moments. We're going to come all